takes hours, days, sometimes weeks to put together a speech. When one stands up to the lectern, and in 5 to 7 minutes, it's all over. Or is it? We as Toastmasters know better, because we know one of the richest parts of the Toastmasters experience is yet to come, which is the opportunity for focused feedback on the speech that was just given. Oh, what a gift, the gift you give, to see ourselves as others do see us. This famous Robert Burns poem captures the desire that we all have to know how we're doing through unbiased and honest feedback. And that gift is what we as Toastmasters are fortunate to give, to receive, every time we give a speech. And who gives us this gift? You do. And you do. And you do. Because you're the evaluator that's going to evaluate this speech. You have the opportunity and the responsibility to celebrate the strengths and also to help that speaker improve. It's your responsibility to analyze the speech, to identify both strengths and weaknesses, and to provide the speaker with something that she can use. And of course, this is done in a helpful, encouraging, and sincere manner that will motivate the speaker to want to improve and return again to the lectern very, very soon. This responsibility, and it is a significant responsibility, is yours. Perhaps it already has been. Certainly it will be as you progress through your Toastmasters career. I know you want to meet this responsibility and do it well. And there's help available. One can learn how to do quality evaluations. You can learn it. I certainly did. With a key to improved understanding of the evaluator's role, a roadmap to follow, some key learning points, and some practice, you'll find that excellent evaluations are well within your grasp, whether you do them to help another club member or as a part of a Toastmasters evaluation contest. Mr. Toastmaster, friends, fellow Toastmasters, and our most welcome guests, this afternoon, I'll give you a good understanding of the Toastmaster's role and provide you with a roadmap and some pearls of wisdom that you can use as a basis for building your own evaluation skills. And as I said, as an evaluator, it's your responsibility to give the speaker something that he can use. To succeed in this, concentrate on your overarching responsibility, which is to help the speaker. When giving an evaluation, don't retell the speech. Don't give your opinion. You're not evaluating your opinion. And don't add content. I have a dog too. It's a speaker's job to add content to the speech. And don't talk about prior speeches. Talk about this one, unless you're pointing out a specific improvement that has been made. And remember, as an evaluator, you are evaluating the speech that was just given. You're not evaluating the speaker as a person. In order to evaluate a speech that was given just minutes ago, it's essential that you be well organized. So where do you begin? I suggest it's 3 to 5 days in advance. You contact the speaker and touch base with them to find out which speaking project is being done, what the title of the speech is, what it's going to be about. You can find out if the speaker has any particular concerns or interests that they would like you to be aware of when you do an evaluation. And you can review together the Competent Communicator Manual for that project and see what the qualifications and objectives are for that speech and what the evaluation guidelines are that you're going to be filling out when you complete the evaluation. And you'll get a good feeling for the sensitivity and the experience of that speaker. So when you develop your evaluation, you can develop it at the right level so it'll be most helpful to that speaker. And start adding support now, because if you sense some insecurity on the part of the speaker, why, add some positive reassurance. And end with these words: I'm really looking forward to hearing your speech, and I'm glad to be evaluating it for you. When you develop the evaluation, remember that this speaker has put a tremendous amount of time into developing the speech. It's their best work, and they're very proud of it. You're on hallowed ground, and you need to respect that accordingly. Encourage and inspire the speaker to speak again with honest and sincere praise. Be positive. Speeches don't have problems. They have improvement opportunities. Again, consider your purpose, which is to stimulate learning. Use open, non-judgmental phrases. Statements like, I believe. My suggestion is, my reaction was. Avoid directive comments such as, you didn't, you should have, or you failed to. Describe the effect that the speech had on you as an individual, because this is your personal evaluation of the speech. You are not giving the evaluation or the opinion of the club as a whole. You're not there as a broad spokesman. It's your personal evaluation that you are sharing and giving as a gift to the speaker. The mantra that you need to keep in mind to maximize your skills as an evaluator is the big three. What you saw, what you heard, and what you felt. What you saw, what you heard, and what you felt. When delivering the evaluation, promote the self-esteem of the speaker. Encourage and inspire the speaker to speak again with honest and sincere praise. As I said, speeches don't have problems, they have opportunities for improvement. Finish the evaluation on an upbeat note, allowing the speaker to feel good about the risk they took to do the speech, and again, feel motivated to come back. A speaker with high self-esteem will feel accepted, will feel motivated, and will feel a sense of accomplishment. Above all, avoid whitewashing in your evaluation. A whitewash is an evaluation that overlooks difficulties, perhaps they're difficult to talk about, and instead is full of positive comments to create goodwill. You owe it to yourself and your club to provide more than an evaluation that is full of empty platitudes and comments. This does justice to no one, and in the long run demoralizes the speaker and demoralizes your club. The key here is to be honest and straightforward. A whitewash is not the gift that Robert Burns was talking about in his poem. So if you're wrestling with something that's a little difficult to bring up, keep in mind the expectations that we all have as Toastmasters. And those expectations are to receive insight and trusted information from another member in a supportive environment that will help each of us improve our own speaking skills. And then take on your responsibility to meet that other member's expectations. Honesty here is the key. Evaluation should be upbeat and encouraging, absolutely. And they still need to point out areas of improvement. Now it's time to evaluate. You understand your roles and responsibilities. You've reviewed what you need to. The speaker has been introduced, and she's walking to the front of the room. You are going to have 5 to 7 minutes to gain a quick understanding of the quality of the speech and to complete a critical analysis of it. If you're going to be successful and do your best, you're going to have to be very organized. You're going to have a roadmap, and you're going to have some key things to look for as you listen and observe and absorb that speech. So next I have some detailed suggestions for you. These are how to proceed and what to look for with every evaluation that you do. And as Tom mentioned, these are also things that will help you as a speaker improve your own speaking performance in every speech that you deliver. Let's start with technical points. The first 2 minutes of the speaker's time behind the lectern, see how they're doing. Are they getting this right? Are there no ahs, ums? Are the pauses appropriate? Too many ands, so's? How they're doing there. Next, look at their hands. Are they using one hand for a minor point and two hands for a major point? Does the speaker often have their hands clasped in front of them when they're talking? Because when this happens, it's a barrier between the audience and the speaker. You want to have the hands to the sides instead of in this position. Does the speaker walk with one hand behind their back? So we want to have the hands visible in the interest of building trust and transparency. Are the hands moving too much? Are they always animated? Because if they are, then where do you go next when you want to really stress something? Another key thing to watch for in that particular area. Next, look at eye contact. First of all, is it there? Is the speaker making eye contact with members of the audience? Are there a lot of darting eyes? Is the speaker having difficulty holding contact with one or two people? Because darting eyes can be very distracting. People start worrying about the speaker. Are they going to be okay? And they're distracted from the speech itself. Does the speaker have the ability to pick out one or two individuals in different areas of the audience and then stay with that individual while they finish that particular sentence or that particular thought? Even better, is the speaker able to find someone in the audience that has real energy for the speech and then focus on that individual to help energize themselves as they deliver the speech? Very powerful thing if you can see this happen. And here are a couple of important observations from neuro-linguistic programming. If during a pause the speaker is looking down at the floor, she's scanning her memory and trying to find her place. She's over-prepared. She's memorized the whole speech, and now she can't figure out where she is. On the other hand, if the speaker is holding up for a minute and they're looking up, it's a different situation. They're looking up for more information because they're underprepared and they're looking for something else to add to the speech at that particular time. This insight is critical for you to have as an evaluator because it lets you position some of the suggestions for improvement that you're going to make later on where appropriate to help this speaker. When making a point, does the speaker do so to one person? Would you agree it's important for every Toastmaster to have good evaluation skills? See what Tom did? And now look at Chris, he's doing the same thing. Everybody buys in. It's a great technique for a speaker to use to get everyone to come along. So watch for that skill. And if the response is not what's expected, then what does the speaker do? Do they continue on? Do they stop and rephrase the question and clarify and get recalibrated? Do they go back and restate an argument? How does the speaker deal with this, and do they deal with it in an appropriate sort of manner? Next, consider body movements. Some speakers will be up in front of the room and they know they need to move. And they do. And they move back and forth with what we call the cage tighter. Now this can be very mechanical and it can be very distracting. What a speaker should be doing is walking forward to someone when they make a point. And when that key point is made, then they use the transition to back away and go somewhere else and now talk about another point, which in this case might be posture. Because it's important that there not be slumping on the part of the speaker. It's important they not have a leg up. It's important they not be rolling up and down on their knees, any signs of nervousness. Speaker should be standing straight, feet firmly planted underneath the hips, weight slightly back on the heels, knees just slightly bent, and shoulders back. That's the kind of posture that we want to be able to see. And thumbs to the thighs, unless the hands are being used to enable part of the presentation. Now let's talk about the content. As you heard the speech, was there a thesis sentence? Was it very clear and was it succinct? Remember, a thesis sentence is that one sentence in the introduction or close to the beginning of the speech that describes what the entire speech is about. Everything after the thesis sentence, thank you, needs to be in support of the thesis sentence, or it doesn't need to be in the speech. Consider my thesis sentence. This afternoon, I'll provide you a good understanding of the evaluator's roles